our esteemed guests for 5 minutes each. I welcome our first guest speaker, Mrs. Vesna Travljanin, Executive Director of the Association of Municipalities and Cities of the Federation of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Please, Madam, you have the microphone and the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh, I forgot part of my text to announce you, Ms. Travljanin, so
okay.
I'll finish my text. If you have 1 minute, I made a small mistake, because you will speak today on behalf of the associations of local authorities of the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Republic of Srpska, who are key partners of the Congress in efforts to enhance the quality of local democracy and foster co-creation at local level in the country. The joint work of the two associations is a great example of cross-entity collaboration for the benefit of all citizens. I'm looking forward to hearing your views on our cooperation, the activities of the two associations in the country and in the region, as well as on the importance of joining forces at local level to uphold local democracy standards. You have the floor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Dear Mr. President Verbeek, dear Secretary General and colleagues and friends and guests. Also, I would like to say hello to Director Rafael Benitez. We signed agreement in Mostar a couple of months ago, actually 1 month ago, about understanding between Council of Europe and our associations, two associations in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to participate and present in today's meeting. I will take the opportunity to share some information about our association and our fruitful cooperation with Council of Europe, and would like to thank Council of Europe for all support that we are receiving in strengthening the position of local self-government in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Having in mind that Bosnia and Herzegovina has ratified the European Charter on Local Self-Government that commits the parties to applying basic rules guaranteed the political, administrative and financial independence of local authorities, and that provides that the principle of local self-government shall be recognized in domestic legislation where practicable and applicable. In the Constitution, the main role of association itself is to represent and protect the interests of local self-government units before higher levels of government. In a formal sense, the association has a very important position for the reason that the law on principles of local self-government in Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina defines the role of association as the sole legal representative of all local government units in the Federation of BiH. In other words, we have right to represent all members, cities and municipalities in the Federation in front of the Parliament, Court, international organization and the government. With a view to representing the interests of its members of the association has signed agreement with the government of Federation in 2011, Code of Inter-Administrative Relations 2012, and agreement with the House of Representatives of the Federation of BiH Parliament 2019. Considering the overall social and political setup, issues faced by local self-government units and legal status of the association, its role and importance are even greater. Through its active engagement, the association has increasingly become recognized by both higher levels of government and international actors and institutions as an indispensable factor in reform processes and continuous improvement of local self-government in all its dimensions, acting also as a link between local and higher levels of government. Same applies to the Association of Municipalities and Cities in Republika Srpska, And moreover, cooperation between municipalities in whole Bosnia and Herzegovina, Republika Srpska, and Federation is very good. And associations have a good, both associations have a good cooperation as well. And it's my view that we can be a good example for the higher levels of government, how people can cooperate and this local level of the government. Focusing on the preparation of analyses, policies and stances, the association, with support of its member, has become an indispensable partner in processes of decentralization and representation of the members' interests. In the previous period, the association achieved many successes in realizing cooperation with high levels of government, but also with other stakeholders, continuously strengthening the position in the processes of representing the members' interests. We did many analyses in association itself. For example, allocating from high levels to the municipalities competencies without funds is very common in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know about the other countries, and that is against the principle, the Rule 6 of European Charter of Local Self-Government. So we did many analyses, and that analysis and stances are the ground for negotiation with higher levels of government. I'm pleased that the association, together with the Association of Municipalities and Cities of Republika Srpska, has signed a memorandum of understanding for the implementation of the project Innovating Democratic Participation at Local Level in Bosnia and Herzegovina under the Council of Europe Action Plan for Bosnia 2020-25, where the association will have an important role in first promoting an integration of European standards for local democracy, in strategic orientation of the association and services offered to their members. In particular, Council of Europe and Congress recommendations related to open government, deliberative and participatory democracy, gender equality and human rights. The second thing, contribution to the implementation of the Council of Europe project Innovating Democratic Participation at Local Level in Bosnia and Herzegovina by providing advice on developments and challenging for advancing local democracy and encouraging peer-to-peer approach and knowledge sharing, including with peer association in the other European countries. Fostering the dialogue between local and central authorities and civil society organizations to promote and advocate for implementation of open government principle and to contribute to upholding Bosnia and Herzegovina's national commitments in that regard. Providing support to local authorities selected jointly with Congress in development of their capacities and their introduction to policies and practices that promote government, public ethics, as well as transparent, inclusive and participable policy making. I'm sorry for 2 minutes more. I'm going to conclude. However, a very unstable political environment in Bosnia and Herzegovina, fluctuation of young people, going a lot of people abroad, makes even the work on local level harder. And it's not encouraging, but we are doing our best in order to achieve the goals that I was talking about for the whole country, bearing in mind that we adopted a new strategy association. We will continue to grow and enhance the position of local self-government according to EU standards. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Travljanin. Thank you. Our second